Hey everyone, so I have another book review. Oh yeah. Oh my goodness. Book Untamed. This is the fourth one in the House of Night series. I have read books 1 through 3 previously, but that was a long time ago, so there's not actually a review on those 3 on this on my channel. All I can say is if you like vampires and magic, definitely check it out because it's really good, and I believe there's a movie coming out. I'm not sure about that. Don't quote me on that. Anyways, Untamed. So, I read this book fairly fast. It wasn't quite a slow read, like the book before this was, Werewolf was a slower read for me, but I got really frustrated with that book. This book in particular, I didn't get as frustrated with. Nobody died, thankfully. We see some new characters introduced, so that's always nice, especially since we lost a couple of teachers in books previous. We see some characters that have been in hiding come out into the light. They also play into the folklore of Native Americans, and specifically the Cherokees. And there's a prophecy about an angel, a fallen angel, who had come to the earth and got trapped by the beauty of women and was a disgusting person, honestly. He was vile, and the Cherokee women, all of the elders came together and created a woman of clay. And they made her very beautiful and enticed this angel, if you will. He's not really an angel because he's so evil. We generally associate angels with good, but angels don't have free will. And they can't really choose. And I think it's funny because they kind of gave this angel, free will in the book. If you know anything about your mythology, so I thought that was a bit weird, but because he is fallen, maybe he could have, in theory, found free will, if you will, but that doesn't mean he could stop being the disgusting thing that he was, and so he became trapped. Well, Nymphette, who is the priestess at the House of Night, where this book takes place, is trying to bring him back. She began to listen to this fallen angel who is buried underground, or was buried underground. She released him, and all hell breaks loose, basically. And this whole entire story is the build-up to the release. And they escape to there's tunnels in the town, underneath the main town, and so those that Zoe was able to save were able to get to those tunnels to protect themselves from the, they're like half human, half crow, and they're evil, and they're scary, and unfortunately they get stronger throughout the book, and it was a definite page turner because you're kind of just like, what happens next? No, Grandma, no, don't go alone. Take someone with you, please. Yeah, stuff happens to Grandma Redbird, and Oh wait, her name's not Nymphette, it's Nefret, right? Yeah, Nefret. But the high priestess of all of the vampires ends up showing up at the front door. That is one of the new characters. We also meet the Sons of Arubis and all of their magical glory. They sound pretty good looking if you ask me, like just some serious hunks. If I remember correctly, they have taken a vow of celibacy, so oh, what's her name? Aphrodite. That's the character I'm thinking of. Aphrodite gets a cat who mimics Aphrodite. She's annoying and stuck up. And Nymphet's like, oh, she's beautiful. Oh, by the way, the cat's name? Maleficent. Yeah. Yeah. So, anyways, scale of 1 to 5, 5 being this book is amazing, there's nothing better, go and read it, 3.5. And the reason I'm doing that is because it is kind of a younger audience. It is also a genre that is popular with the young audience and not so much the adults, unless you're into this kind of stuff. I know a lot of my friends were, but not the entire population would be. Those that are, Twilight fans and Harry Potter fans, all of those kinds of things, may like this, but after Twilight, some people are kind of vampired out, and though it's not just another vampire series, it kind of is. So that's the only bad part. But it is a different take on vampirism. I know those that are, Anne Rice vampire fanatics will probably be like, ugh, those aren't vampires. Those are witches with fangs that drink blood. That is it. So there is that. It's kind of like two things in one being rather than true vampirism. But we actually see true vampirism open up in this book. It actually opens up last book in Chosen, I'm pretty sure. And then the characters that are the real vampires, the unmarked, the undead ones, end up with red crescents on their forehead versus the sapphire crescents, which are the living vampires. They end up taking some front row seats as far as characters go. Character development's a little simplistic. I'd like to see just a little bit more depth on all of them. I'd like to see the twins have a little bit more individual thought, because not even true twins, are like this all the time, like the twins are in this book. And they're not even twins, they're totally, completely different girls, but they're just so much alike that everybody refers to them as the twins. They're like yin and yang. And I would like to see that more played into each other. I do like the concept that they finish each other's sentences, that they're just, they have that kind of a connection. But honestly, I'd like to see a little bit more separation within the characters, because as of right now, I see them as a whole rather than two singular characters. Damon has really become a forefront that I really like. So is Jack. There's one character that I would like to see what's going to happen with him. Eric is back as a teacher. Nyx speaks to both Stevie Ray and Zoe. Or no, not Stevie Ray. Aphrodite and Zoe. So that was pretty cool. Nuns. There is a nunnery. I know that's not the word. But basically, They run Street Cats, which is the like the animal shelter, but they're specifically for cats. They run that, and the girls show up and, you know, they're like, hey, we'd like to volunteer. By the way, we're vampires. Does that make you uncomfortable? And the nuns are like, well, no. I believe that your goddess is just an extension of the same, you know, people that we follow. Just another side. So, in all honesty, like, you see their religion talked about earlier on. Zoe's mother and stepdad follow kind of like an outside Bible thumper kind of group, and the nuns are more into love and peace and acceptance. And there is a sister, the mother of the nuns. I can't think of, oh my goodness, all my Catholic upbringing has slipped from my brain. Anyways, she takes a forefront. She becomes a pretty good character too. Or a pretty important character, I should say. So, if you do like this era, definitely go and check it out. It is a fun little read. As of right now, I think there's like 13 books. And here it only shows like 9 of them. I think we're up to book 13 with several side books. So, if you want something that's going to keep you entertained for a while, you know, The House of Night's a good one. So, but that's all I can really think about for this book. So, like and comment, subscribe, all that jazz if you haven't already. And I will see you guys in the next video. Bye!